One of my favorite Funko Pop stores, Entertain Mart, had a massive Funko Pop sale this past weekend for the 4th of July. They had 33% off a good majority of their Funko Pops, and you know me, I definitely wanted to buy some. So without any further ado, let's hop into the footage at the sale and let's see what I pick up. Here we go.
Here we go.
All right, folks, we are here at the mall, here to take advantage of that sale that they are having at Entertain Mart. Usually they will have these during like holidays and everything like that, but everything today, everything with the yellow tag is going to be 30% off. So we're gonna take advantage of that, see what good deals we can find, and maybe find some rare pops for cheap. So I mainly want to focus on stuff that you don't see very often, guys. We have the Medical Droid, which is a Walgreens Star Wars exclusive. If you're a Star Wars fan, that probably would have been a pretty good deal. Looking on this other side, guys, we do have a 12th Doctor Pop, which I find kind of interesting. It's kind of a cool one to show off, a little bit of an older one. Kind of looking in their normal section to see if I can find anything that I'm looking for. We have the Peasant Belle, which is an older one, but it doesn't really have much value, and I'm not really looking for that one, if we're being honest. We also have She-Hulk, did have some damage on it, but with the sale for $14.99, it might have been a pretty good pickup as well. Looking at their valuable case guide, they had some really good stuff. I'll kind of pause on here so you can see some of the stuff with the Star Wars, the Scooby-Doo, some pretty solid pops. Lydia Dietz was down there as well from Beetlejuice. Also looking around, guys, seeing what other ones that they have in here, maybe one that we want to pick up. We got Sadness right there, which is a pretty good one, a Godfather pop that's in there, so I'll think about some of those ones, guys. We got Beetlejuice right here, which actually on the sale would have been a pretty good deal to pick up, but I'm not a Beetlejuice guy, so I'm gonna pass on that. I don't know why my camera was cutting off on here, but we had the Star Wars exclusive. We had this pop from Death Stranding with the sale, might have been a decent deal on that. We have Slush Puppy, and then we also had a Chase Star-Lord right there, which were some fun pops that you don't see very often. I ended up actually picking this one up right here, guys. They had it for 20, but with the sale, guys, it is like, I think about a $14 pop, and it was one that I didn't have, so a pretty cool one right there. And Pink Ranger wasn't a bad pop either, but that was it at Entertain Mart. All right, well, they didn't have really much new from last time that I visited, but I did pick up one thing, and there is another Entertain Mart store that we can visit, so I guess we'll have to head over there and see what they have for their sale.
The next day.
All right, folks, it is day number 2 before we head over to the other Entertain Mart to check out their sale. I decided to stop by Gamers Asylum to see if they have anything new. So far, from what I can tell, I don't really see much, but we'll keep looking. Some of the newer ones that I noticed, guys, up here, we have a Twinkie Pop, which I'm kind of confused why we have a second Twinkie Pop when we already have one that we've come out with. Twizzlers is kind of fun. It's not one that I'm going to pick up today, but definitely a new pop that's definitely a fun, you know, foodie pop for sure. They had the PX Previews Batman from The Flash, which is a new one as well. Looking around, guys, I really didn't notice much in their normal section, but towards the front counter, they did have a couple of trade-in pops just come in, and I actually end up picking up one of these pops inside the box. So while I was leaving Gamers Asylum, I noticed that they had a box on their counter next to one of the registers, and I said, hey, are these pops for sale? And they had one in there that was a really great deal. And it was this right here. It's Elvis Stitch. So they were charging $20 for it, as you can see on the receipt right there. I think why it was only $20 is because there's been a lot of fakes that have been going around selling from China and everything, but this one is definitely legit to me. You can see that it's got the Hot Topic sticker on the bottom right there, so I have no doubt that this is legit. And I think this sells for like, I want to say it's close to like an $80 pop. So, hey, what a great deal. But we're here at the second Entertain Mart now. We're going to see if we can find anything else for the sale. Hopefully we can find something good, maybe add something to my collection. I don't know. Let's go ahead in though. They actually had a pretty decent amount of pops for their sale, guys. This whole section right up here was stuff that was on sale because it has that little yellow tag. So we'll kind of take a look at this Assassin's Creed pop, which if they had some of the main characters from Assassin's Creed, I think I probably would have picked those ones up. But we have this guy from BioShock. I don't really know much about BioShock, but that's probably not a terrible deal at $12.99 for that guy right there. And then I noticed this fake Marvel pop. If you'll notice, guys, they have the white border and the Marvel logo on top, and I kind of compare it to one of those ones. I am kind of confused why this one would be fake, guys. It's a pretty common pop, but yeah, kind of a weird one to find, guys. And it was on sale, I guess, if you want a fake pop. But looking around, seeing what other stuff that they have, guys, they do have some pretty decent stuff. Like, I mean, this Taskmaster for $12.99 with the 33% off. If I was looking for that one, definitely would have picked that one up. We also have Agent May. And I know some of those Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. pop actually have some pretty good value, but I don't know about that one right there. One that I wasn't looking for, that's for sure. Then we also have Luke Cage, which I think at one point had some pretty good value, but for $22.99, that's probably about
about what it goes for, and it had a pretty damaged box. We're gonna pass on that. Fear might be a good one with the new Inside Out movie that's coming out maybe next year or the year after. I can't remember, but pretty good one on there, guys. And they had some good ones in this sale case, guys. You can see you got Count Dooku. You also have Obi-Wan, Aayla Sakura back there. I probably said that wrong. But anyway, some pretty solid ones. Prices were pretty spot on that. But if you're a Star Wars fan, that would have been a pretty good deal. And we have Bone Daddy right here. And I regret not buying this one, guys. This is probably like a $250 pop. On sale, $219 is what they had it. That would have been a great deal. I'm still scratching my head about that one, why I didn't get that. But we did find an Eddie from Stranger Things right here for 30 bucks. That's a great deal on that. And one that I've kind of been looking out for, and you guys will probably figure out why I'm looking out for it here towards the end of the video, but they had some pretty decent stuff in this case. And this is another one that I really wanted to pick up as well, guys. We have Woody with the RC car. I'm a big Toy Story guy, and this is one that I didn't have. And you know, this is pretty much retail with the discount. Definitely a good pickup. Looking at some of the other pops that they had, guys, they had this gold Power Ranger, or I guess Yellow Ranger GameStop exclusive for $12.99 with the discount. Might have been a pretty good pickup, but we're gonna pass on that one today. And guys, they have so many other pops to look at. I was just kind of showing you their whole section. It's pretty massive. We have Scarlet Witch over here, which I know some of the Scarlet Witch pops had some pretty good value at one point. I'm not sure about that one. This one's a pretty older one, the Dr. Seuss pop, Sam I Am. Pretty cool one. We also have, you don't see the Barnes & Noble sticker like that very often, so I figured I'd show off this Finn exclusive to you guys. Looking around to kind of see what other stuff that they have. Like I said, all their sales stuff is kind of mixed in with their new stuff, so you never know what you're going to find. This is another little section that had a lot of the yellow tag stuff. We have the Arkham Asylum Joker, which I thought was fun. Did have a pretty damaged box, but I think I'm going to pass on that one today. And this Punisher War Machine, I think that's what it's called. I don't know. It's a pretty cool one, and it's on sale. And yeah, looking at some of the other ones, guys, that they have, they just had a huge selection of stuff, guys. Like, I'm not even kidding. It was a lot of really good stuff. We have some of the Star Wars game pops, and I think this might have been a pretty good deal if I was looking for it, but I think we're going to pass on that today. I saw a couple of other ones as well, if you guys want to check those ones out. So if you were a fan of that, that would have been a pretty good deal to pick up some of those, you know, older GameStop exclusives. We have a Mr. Meeseeks, again, with that older Barnes & Noble sticker. So definitely one that you don't want to miss out on. Looking at some of their other stuff, guys, they had some other new things, like with some of the Blacklight Gremlins pops. We got Gizmo right there, which I heard that this one's actually limited. I don't know if that's true, but hey, a pretty cool pop that you don't see often because it's a newer one. We have the new Entertainment Earth exclusive Stitch, which I find kind of interesting. A bunch of sodas, and there's actually ones that I've been looking for, but I didn't want to pay 20 bucks for them. We have the brand new Spider-Man sodas from the new movie. As you can see, you got Spider-Gwen, you had Spider-Punk, Spider-Man 2099, The Spot, which is kind of a fun one, and also Miles Morales. But for 20 bucks, I'm definitely going to pass on those today. And then we also had this from Avatar, which is a new exclusive as well. So definitely they had a good selection of pops at Entertain Mart, but there was some stuff I picked up. All right, I would consider the second Entertain Mart pretty successful. I think we might head back to the first store. Maybe they have some different inventory for their second day of the sale. But anyways, I'm pretty happy with what I've got so far. All right, folks, back at home, I did end up picking up a few things, not as many as I was expecting. But hey, we still found some pretty good gems, in my opinion. Starting things off, guys, we have Freddy Funko, which is the HQ exclusive. I believe this one came out when the headquarters opened up a few years ago. The Freddy Funko of him holding the Space Needle, which definitely makes sense because the headquarters is located in Washington, not too far from Seattle. And we got a great deal on this, guys. Obviously, if you do the math, about 33% off. I think I paid a little over like 14 bucks for this. And I want to say this is regularly close to like a $20 to $25 pop. So I don't know. I feel like I got a pretty good deal on it and I didn't have it in my collection. I've been slowly piecing together some Freddy Funkos here and there. This is definitely one that I did not have, and this is a great add to the collection, at least for the Freddy Funko collection. All right, this one was a pretty great piece as well. This wasn't even Entertain Mart, but this was still a pretty solid deal. Over at Gamers Asylum, guys, I found this for $20, which is the Hot Topic exclusive Elvis Stitch. Now, from that little clip that you can see, guys, I think they had a majority of their pops priced correctly, but from what I could tell on eBay, this guy actually has a lot of different fakes coming from China. and they are selling for that $20 price point. So they're probably just looking at those recent eBay sales of $20, but I think normally this is around like a $70 pop. And I think I've decided that I'm actually throwing this in my next upcoming auction. If you guys want to go and check that out and bookmark that, I have a bunch of other stuff that I'll be selling, some things that I'm giving away. Everything that you need to know is down in the description down below. All right, and from Entertain Mart number 2, I usually don't go there very often, but one of the first things that we got from that store was Eddie from Stranger Things. And this was one of those pops about a year ago, guys, that was just going absolutely bananas. And with that 33% off, and I think they had it for like 30 or 25, I believe, this ended up being a great grab. I do love me some Stranger Things pops. I have been pretty selective on the pops that I pick up because there's so many of them. I mean, if the back of the box is any indication of how many there are just from the past season, well, there you go. But there is a new line of NFTs coming out that is Stranger Things themed, and they do have a Freddy Funko as Eddie, this exact same mold. So I figured let's pick up the pop, and when the NFTs come out, hopefully we can get that Freddy Funko royalty to match along with this one right here. I think it would make a great display piece and a great picture too. And finally, we got this guy right here for 33% off. This is a pop that I kind of forgot about, and then I remembered, I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely looking for this one. This is the RC car with Woody driving right inside. This is such a cool pop. And you know, I would argue that this is probably one of the better pop rides that are out there. We definitely need to take this out of the box because I think that's probably the best way to appreciate this one. Yeah, there we go. Take a look at this, guys. We got Woody driving RC. What a cool pop ride. Woody's even holding the little controller in his hands. This is from the first movie, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, even the detail on the tires, guys, they even made them out of a different material, which was rubber. Usually they don't do something like that. So like I said, I think this is probably the best pop ride that I can think of, at least. I'll have to find somewhere to display this guy, but I am so happy to add this to my collection. Anyways, folks, you'll have to let me know in the comment section below if you would have bought anything at that sale. They did have some pretty good stuff at the second Entertain Mart store, and I don't know, I almost feel like I kind of regret not picking up Bone Daddy because that would have been a pretty solid deal. I just don't know if I was willing, you know, to spend over like 150 bucks or whatever it was gonna end up being with that discount. I don't know, you'll have to let me know in the comment section below what you would have picked up. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos like this one here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and you guys are awesome and the best. Like always, remember to be kind of one another and always promote positivity. I will see you in the next video. Catch you guys later.